What is good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Things. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things and like our Facebook page at Wrestling with Things. And today we have a very special guest. As you know, this show is all about touching on everything in the sports and entertainment world. But I am very excited to dive into this conversation with our guest today. He is a comedian, he is an actor, and most importantly, he's a musician and a rapper. I introduce you guys, ladies and gentlemen, Killer T.
What's up, man? Tierre Diaz, how y'all doing?
Yo, I really appreciate you letting me into your space and giving me your time. As we know, time's very valuable for all of us young adults, especially us adulting. So I thank you for having me in your space.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is fun.
It is. It is.
When you get to talk about things you like and love, like, at any opportunity, you should just do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this should be a hard thing for people to make time for. It brings joy, it's fun, and it's effortless. So this is cool. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So let's dive right into it. So obviously you wear a lot of hats and have a lot of talent. So for the people that may not be too familiar with you, can you give them like an elevated quick summary of what you do, what you're about, and what you're into and your passions?
Sure, man. My name is Tierre Diaz. I am an actor. I am a musician in the rap music genre. I am a comedian, an improviser. I'm an overall creator and entertainer of things that bring myself and other people joy. That's what I try to do. I try to create as much as possible because that's what I feel I've always wanted to do, period. So I just wanted to create and entertain, and that's what I'm doing with my life. I am a creator and entertainer.
Awesome, awesome. I like that. So I want to start with the rapping and the music side of things for you because, you know, just recently on social media, I can't help but see on my timeline the traveling and the hustling you do. It looks like a very, very packed schedule.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what that grind is like as a rapper? And more importantly, I would assume that that grind is part of the game if you're hoping to grow. So for maybe a possible musician listening to this, what would you say goes into that grind and that travel?
What I would say goes into the grind is it's fun. First and foremost, it's freaking fun, and you want to get out there as much as possible. You want to have your craft in front of as many people as possible. So me, I just dropped the album called Energy in September. First thing I want to do is get that out to as many people as possible. So for me, specifically, I had a little hiatus in the music genre while I was pursuing acting and comedy. I was doing that for a bunch of years. So a handful of years, I was just strictly doing that while maybe dropping a song or two. But knowing how good I felt this Energy project was, and knowing that momentum may have been lost since my peak of just dropping music nonstop, I wanted to get this in front of as many people as possible. So the best way to do that isn't via your newsfeed, isn't via paying blogs, or it's to get it out there live. And that's what I've been blessed to do. I've been booking shows out of state, been to Dallas, been to Virginia, been to Buffalo, been to New Jersey, been to Pennsylvania, been to Rhode Island, all on this spreading the energy. Basically, it's a tour.
Yep.
And a lot of those gigs are paid. That's because I put so much into the craft. But even if they're not paid, still go out there and make fans. If you have merch, if you have the CD, the physical copy of the CD, you're gonna get paid if you do a good job on that stage. So just go out there and give it your all. And with this grind, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of traveling, but it's fun if you make the most of it, man. If you have good people by your side, even if you're by yourself, taking the moment and just know that you're doing what you love. And if it feels like work, maybe you're in the wrong field.
Yeah, that's great. That's great that you said that, because I truly believe our generation, we're changing the game as far as making it a priority to do what we love and to keep our passions into our lives. And I think it's really good that you said that you have to go and perform on that stage even if you may not get paid, because I think unfortunately also at the same time a lot of people in our generation, if a paycheck may not be attached to the opportunity, they may dismiss the opportunity. So it's very important, I think, whatever type of content creator you are, to not just dismiss something just because money isn't exactly involved, because the money will come. I'm a big believer if you're passionate about that. So let's slightly switch gears for a moment. We'll continue on you, of course, but it's no secret, few returns just happened in the world of sports. So let's start with Carmelo Anthony. He got a non-guaranteed contract with the Blazers, and I'm going to tell you, Tierre, I'm a big Melo fan, man. Always have been, and I didn't lose complete hope, but I was starting to think it looked bad, but I didn't lose complete hope because it's the NBA. Teams get desperate all the time. I mean, Dwight Howard's on the Lakers again, but what are your thoughts on Melo being back in the league?
Very happy. I feel like it's long overdue. I don't know why they did him so dirty in the first place, because it seemed like he was trying to make it work in Houston. He was trying, but I don't know why for whatever reason it didn't work in Houston. And then, I don't know if it was the media that made it seem worse than it was, but it really seemed bad for Melo out there. Like, he was, like, out on first take, like, hey, man.
Yeah. he looked very distraught.
Y'all got any more of them jobs? Y'all got any more of them bench spots? Like Melo, and then we see his workouts on IG. He's, like, cooking it. He's like, oh, he's, like, cooking. So, Melo, I'm very happy for Melo. I don't have to pick him up in, like, the GM mode anymore in free agency. He has a spot. So that's what's up, man. I'm very happy for him. He deserves it, and I think LeBron should have tried harder to get him on Lakers. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he did, but I think he should have had him on the Lakers, got him that ring. I don't think he's gonna win it with Portland, but I'm just glad he has a job.
Yeah, I think more importantly, as a Melo fan, I'm just glad he gets to play playoff basketball.
Yeah.
Had he got signed to a team like the Orlando Magic or even the Knicks all over again, I would have been. It would have been cool from the standpoint that he had great New York years.
Yeah.
But I think when he's at the tail end of his career, he has to give himself an opportunity to play meaningful basketball.
Right.
And I'm very happy that he's getting that chance. Let's kind of switch over to the WWE. Okay. The man who we thought would never, well, you can't never say never in pro wrestling. CM Punk is an analyst on WWE Backstage on Fox. What are your thoughts on the voice of the voiceless lending his voice to the WWE again?
It's not quite clobbering time. It's pretty anticlimactic, in my opinion.
Wow, this is a first. This is a first. I haven't heard this opinion.
First of all, his song was so muted. It was so, like, low volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, if CM Punk's gonna make a return with the WWE logo, have his music loud. And I don't want Paige the only motherfucker reacting. No, and can I swear?
Oh, of course. I want you to be yourself at the end of the day.
I don't want Paige.
People always ask me.
I don't want Renee clapping and Booker T smiling. Like, no, nigga. Have somebody do it on a Raw. Do it somewhere. That was so anticlimactic. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's back in the company. But crickets. Turn his volume up. Next introduction of him. Turn his damn cult of personality up. Jeez Louise.
You know, that's a unique perspective. I haven't heard that one yet, but I see why you would say that for sure. It was kind of like a star of that stature. You would think it would happen in a live audience, in front of a live audience. And I believe Survivor Series weekend's all in Chicago from NXT TakeOver to Survivor Series. Maybe they could have waited. Yeah, because you know Chicago's on fire for this dude. So that would have made a more amped reaction. I'll admit that. But I like him in this role. I know everybody's gonna, you know what's next. Everybody's gonna want him to wrestle.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to see him wrestle again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of money to be made, and there's plenty of dream matches to be had.
Of course.
And we're on. This is Survivor Series. We're already on the road to WrestleMania. So once you get to fall, once you get anywhere near the next year, you're on the road to WrestleMania. I think he will have a match. 100%.
You think so?
I think so.
Wow.
I think he will have a match. The ducats are there, and it's gonna happen.
who you want to see if you had to, if it was up to you?
I see Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
That's
the popular one.
I see Seth Rollins. I mean, who else? I mean, maybe Adam Cole.
Daniel Bryan.
I think they had their time in the sun. I don't think they'll do that. But I think Seth Rollins, because he's he's in a weird spot. I think he's gonna continue being in a weird spot. I really do. I don't think he's gonna like really have a meaningful run with the belts because he just had that. So I think now until WrestleMania, he'll kind of be in this weird boo yay limbo, in my opinion. And then maybe the Rumble will hear that, and then
he would have to be the heel in that.
Of course, and that's the best.
Because they're already beginning to turn.
That's the best Rollins. That's the best Rollins there is. Heel Rollins is the best Rollins. So give me the best Rollins. If you want the best Rollins, let's do it. I
like that. I really do though. Give the best Rollins.
Give the best Rollins. Not just lukewarm stuff.
Yeah, a lot of his. I don't know if it's a lack of it factor or acting chops, but everything he says and tries to portray as a good guy, it feels unnatural.
When he says
it feels cheesy and unnatural.
When this brand says he is the best wrestler in the world, it is reigned with booze.
Yeah.
Even when he was champion face, even when he was before that little weird awkward stage he's in now, when he was 100% face, when he said he's the best wrestler in the world, he gets booze. That shouldn't happen. and he means it. And he means it, like, but we're not believing you, Seth.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe. You're supposed to make the audience believe.
Even if you're not, I believe Miz when he says he's the best. I don't believe you, bro. And that's saying something.
All right, I like that. So I'm going to go back to rap a little bit. And I think more than people realize, there's a very strong parallel between rap, hip-hop, and pro wrestling. I would like to ask, as a fan of wrestling and an artist, do you see those parallels? Because it's no secret that wrestling is always looked as like the redheaded stepchild of entertainment and sports. So with that being said, what parallels do you think you see between hip hop and pro wrestling?
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's right there, man. When you're, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but when you're a musician, when you're a rapper, you're a character. Even if your character is yourself,
yeah,
that's your character.
Yeah.
You have to live your gimmick, and you have to portray, you have to make people care. You can have the illest music in the world. You have to make people care. You have to make people want to click on you. You can be the best wrestler in the world. Why do people care about your stuff? Why do people care what you do in that 20 by 20 ring? You don't. You have to have character. You have to have oomph. So my character is very much myself. Just the inner beings of myself just pushed out there. Me, I'm a wrestling fan. No, I'm a wrestling fan. Me, I love my cats. No, I love my cats. So it's just me just fucking amplifying it.
Turn the volume up.
So they use that a lot in wrestling. I'm using it to myself. And stage presence, live shows. I can't tell you how many live shows, or just the basic rapper on stage singing the songs. No, that's basically the equivalent of basic wrestler doing his moves. No. No, you have to give someone pizzazz. You have to make people, you have to keep their attention. And even if they're at the bar talking and trying to bag a shorty, you have to make people look like, oh, this nigga crazy. This nigga got mad energy. Oh, this nigga got mad charisma in that ring. Same parallel, man. You got to have character. You have to show me. I end my set with a Stone Cold Stunner. Every show. I have a song called Stone Cold on the Stone Cold Steve Austin beat. And I either have a fan volunteer to get stunnered, or I Stone Cold Stunner my hype man every show just to make sure in the right crowd has to be the right crowd. And it just kills every time. 1, 2, 3, let people know, yeah, this song's on my album. All the wrestling fans like, yo, I can, boom. So you have to make people care, because the whole set, I'm doing my thing. I'm giving you me. I'm giving you good music. I'm giving you good energy. I'm giving you a good performance. Then I end it with a bang, the 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. I'm the grand champ.
That's really cool and a unique thing, and you just kind of mentioned, I'm sure there happens to by chance some wrestling fans in the audience. So when they see that, that's an extra way to just bring them in, and that's an extra way for them to get, you know, connected to you and who you are. And I love that. I love the fact that you wear that on your sleeve and incorporate that into your artistry, because I'm sure you know this. There's so many fans of wrestling and hip hop, but when they're around their boys, they might feel like they can't embrace wrestling to a point. But it's like, if you like what you like, embrace it, man, and turn up the volume. You know, wear it on your sleeve because you like it. You know, don't try to front like you don't like it. As far as artists these days, you always hear, and I think another parallel between wrestling and rap is, you always hear the same thing. Oh, rap ain't the same. It was only good when Pac and Biggie were around. Wrestling ain't the same. It was only great when The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan was around, etc., etc. What do you think about the current landscape of rap and hip-hop right now, and who are some of your artists that you like or inspire you a little bit?
Let's Know the Product. She's very current.
Okay.
She's been here. She's been around. She's an independent rapper. Know the Product. That is she's from the West Coast. I go see her every time she's live. I met her this year. So that's probably my favorite rapper now. So there's still very good artists out here. As far as the landscape, it's all about what you want to hear. It's all about what you want to listen to. Because, you know, it's all about what you have on your Pandora. Pandora or your Spotify, your iTunes, they're not making you listen to anything you don't want to listen to. Mm-hmm. So it's all about you and what do you want to listen to. So if you go listen to Snow, you don't have to listen to Snow. Same thing with all these other rappers. That you can name a billion of these new school rappers. I never heard of them, never heard their songs. That's because I'm not really out there listening. But if I hear something and I like it, I ask, who's this? Boom. You know what I mean? I'm adding to them. But as far as the mainstream dudes, Kendrick Lamar still at it. Kendrick Lamar still at it. J. Cole still at it. It's a lot of Eminem still at it. Tech Nine. Tech Nine's a big influence of mine. Insane Clown Posse is a big influence of mine. They've been wrestling, you know, since the 90s too. Well, before the 90s. But Insane Clown Posse, Snow the Product. And they're all different as far as hip-hop goes. But they all are very good creators and performers in their own rights, and that's what I like. I like the creators and performers. I like me feeling your music and then seeing it live displayed in a way that maybe the other people hopping up and down maybe can't.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
She's very new to me, which is why I'm intrigued.
Okay.
But looking at her, just looking at this one photo, she has an it factor. Yeah, I can really, you have to pay attention. So tell a little bit more about her.
Snow the Product, man. She spit, man.
What makes her really stand out compared to some of the other spitters?
So the thing about Snow is that, there's women that can rap. There's women that can spit. She can spit, create an amazing song, whether it be singing in Spanish, and then put it on stage and kill the show. So she, to me, is a great package of the full package. So not only can she just out-rap motherfuckers, just out-rap people, she can sing and make a catchy tune, get this person's ear, get your little kid's ear, get your grandfather's ear, you know what I'm saying? She can see you in the concrete street right now and rap battle and dismantle you. She can rap fast. She can, you know, hit a note, and she brings a squad. And she is actually she's very personable with her fans as well. So she has a very this is me relationship with her fans. She says, hey, this is me. Take it or love it. She take it or leave it. She does like her own YouTube stuff too. Awesome. So there you go. That's how she really develops and connects with her fans to keep that cult following going. But as far as me and her relationship, it's music, and she's a great creator.
Awesome. I like that. You mentioned that you were a part of Detroit, which took place in my home city of Brockton. I was mostly born and raised in Brockton most of my life. And for my Brockton people, take us into what that was like to be on that set and to be a part of that production.
It was cool. It was intense, man, because honestly, this is really intense. This is a cool story. So even when you're on set and there's holding where they keep the actors. And for whatever reason, I don't know if this was by design or not, but the white people that were playing the cops were in one room. and then the black and colored people were in another room. So it was like right away it felt real. Like I'm kicking it, we're kicking it, me and you were kicking it and holding, eating lunch, da 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 da. Then we go to set. We're still kicking it, like, oh, this is cool. They give us like fake rocks and stuff, and they tell us the direction. And then when action hits, we supposed to hate the cops supposed to hate us. And it feels like we're back in the 60s, like automatically. Mm-hmm. So off rip, the whole holding, the segregation, whether it be intentional or unintentional, that definitely set a tone for the rest of the shoot for me in my perspective. So we're looting, we're getting arrested, and we're beefing with these cops. Fake, but it felt very, very real. So that's one experience I haven't really got to share with too many people, but it was legit. That was the experience I got from it.
That is intense. So by real, you mean even though obviously you know it's an act, you found yourself getting caught up in the story and the narrative and the message behind it, of course, right?
100%.
Have you had? Is there any other acting experiences you would like to highlight and inform people about that they may not have known about you?
Sure, The Purge. I was in The Purge the election year. That was pretty fun. I'm a horror fan. I can't really tell. Maybe Michael Myers. You can see Michael Myers. But I'm a huge horror fan, so that was my first horror movie I got to work on. Then I got to work on The Exorcism. What is it? What is it? And Possession of Hand of Grace. Possession of Hand of Grace. Got to work on that. I got to be in a full costume and whatnot. They cut my scene out. They cut my scene out in Hand of Grace, but I still got the experience, still got the paycheck, and I still got the just the whole experience of being on a horror shoot again. Mm-hmm. So horror is my favorite genre of movie and entertainment. And then as far as other acting experiences, I actually starred in a movie that has yet to be out. Sweet. It's executive produced by Clinton Sparks, who is a music producer, but he's dabbling in film, and I actually played the protagonist, the bad guy, in the movie. That
must have been lit.
The antagonist. Sorry, the antagonist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I played the bad guy in the movie, and the reason I got the role in the first place is because there's a rap battle scene in it, and so when the auditions was happening, I do my lines, then you had a rap, and the way they were doing the auditions, they had like a group of people doing it at once. So we would do our lines, then we would all have to rap. So when I'm out here rapping with a bunch of actors, there's no chance. Mm-hmm. There's no chance for them. So, and initially the role for the character I'm playing is a big black guy, over 6 feet tall. Even when I walked in the audition, the director looked at me in my face and was like, "Hey, you know this role is for a big black guy named Corey, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Mad confident. Yeah. Walked in, did the lines, and then I killed them with the raps. So they switched the whole role around for me. So they got me as like the mouthpiece, and then they still hired a big black guy for like my muscle, my bodyguard. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to that to come out, because that's like my first big starring role.
When does it come out?
No idea.
That's cool.
No idea.
Work in progress.
And so it's been delayed a bit. It's been delayed a lot. I actually posted an update about it maybe this year, saying how happy I am that I actually got an update for it, because for a long time there was just silence on it. I thought it would never come out, but I finally got an update. It was problems with the editors, problems with the production, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But as of right now, it is in production and it's coming out.
That's cool. That's really cool. It must have really been cool to be the antagonist, the heel, because you get to like turn up the volume, as we mentioned, but turn up the volume in a different way to get people to dislike you, and that's kind of nice, because it's like you kind of step into a different world, and I imagine that must have been really cool for you.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Would you say now, content creators of all kind, in this social media era, it's hard to not compare. It's hard to for a lot of content creators, for them to feel like they're doing right or they're on the right path, because some might look on social media and see someone who has 1 million followers, and then they see that they're still on 200 or 300, so they might feel like they're behind in this and that. For those type of content creators that aren't content, but of course want to grow, but nothing good happens overnight, what would your advice be to them? Because I think when you're a content creator of any kind, there's a lot of ups and downs, but social media never wants to highlight the downs. You know, it's it's a learning experience. Those downs aren't things to hold you down, but those downs are things you can learn from and grow from. So what would you say, give some little tips or pointers to content creators out there?
I would say, if you're having fun, that's the route you want to go. As long as you're enjoying yourself and having fun, and then that's rule number one. Is have fun, love what you're doing. As long as you're doing that, everything else is cool. And then you're having fun, you love what you're doing, you want it out to more people. So you want it out to more people, learn about what the hell you're doing and what you're getting it into. Do the research and see the steps that's needed. And it's not easy, it's hard. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of learning, it's a lot of messing up and wrong ways. Oh no, my bad, I'll go this way. Like a whole lot of that, and a whole lot of roadblocks, and a whole lot of no's. But as long as you're doing both simultaneously, having fun and doing the work to get your stuff out there, then I don't think you can go wrong. And truly believe, and this is like on some other shit, just energy in general, just having the confidence in yourself and your product. Having that. Not kind of having it, truly having it. Like, I'm going to make this. Set goals. Write down your goals. I want 100 subscribers. I want 1,000 subscribers. I want 10,000 subscribers. Write all those down physically, not on your phone, not on your laptop. Write it down physically on a pen and piece of paper. Visualize it and just truly believe it, and then go about your day. Literally live it like you already have 10,000 subscribers. If you right now, I don't know what you're sitting on, I don't know what your view count is, you have 10,000 subscribers right now. If you want it, if you wrote that down and you live it right now, you have to. Me right now, I have a million followers right now. I have my fucking energy album went platinum right now. Real talk.
I like that.
Real talk. Right now, it is happening. It exists. So we just gotta keep doing, keep loving what we're doing, and keep believing that it will happen. I have a song called "Let Go, Let God." You can look at that a million ways. You can look at you can look at it like religiously. You can look at it in whatever way. The main concept of that is literally let go what you can't control, and just know it'll happen. Just know and have faith. Like, be positive. Like, this is what I want. It's out of my hands. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm going, but it's already here. It's not even a journey. It's literally living in the moment and just knowing that everything you want will come to you in due time. So on my wallpaper, my phone's dead, but on my wallpaper is like a low-key vision board. I've been checking those off, just seeing those every day. So if you keep what you want in your sights and never losing sight of them, and never being discouraged, like, I know everything on my vision board is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I know it. It took me. I did that years ago, and there was one of them that I just accomplished maybe last week. So it's all a matter. It's all a matter of time, and you can't worry about the time. You can't worry about the timing of things. Just know that you're having fun. If you're not having fun, quit right away.
Yeah, of course. Quit
right away. And if you're down on yourself, take a deep breath and just be like, yo, I'm having fun. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for all these things. I'm living. I'm alive. I have a house. I have a laptop. I have da-da-da-da. So just, if you're down, just like dead ass, just take a break. I have my cat. My cat is sleeping in a box. I love that guy. And just, yo, like, I'm grateful for this.
Yeah.
Write down what you want. Write down everything you want. Everything. And just be like, bet. And just keep going. That's my advice.
So many gems in there, and like so many gems for real. Like that was really good to hear, because I hear that a lot. I hear it from professors, counselors, therapists. The writing it down, like physically writing it down. But I can admit that I haven't done it. But at this point in life,
get out of here, man.
I haven't gotten to the habit of doing it yet. But every time I hear it, it resonates, because I'm like, they're clearly not saying it for no reason. When you hear it in every which way, they're not saying it for no reason. So I really want to start with that habit of physically writing things down, whether it's a little schedule or a little notes to myself or a little, goals,
and
whatever
live
the
it.
case.
And
yeah,
live it.
exactly.
So, example.
You got to build the habits.
Example. Boom. WrestleMania this year. One wrestling. Boom, right? I knew I was going to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Did I have a ticket?
No.
Nope. when I was asked, yo, you going to WrestleMania? Yup. And I believed it. Yeah. Every time, like, I would say, oh, WrestleMania's going on? WrestleMania commercial? Oh, I'm going to WrestleMania. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, man, I'm going to WrestleMania. I don't have a ticket. Yeah. I don't know how I'm getting there. I don't know how much it is. I don't know nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Let go, let God. Boom. I don't know. I just know I'm going to WrestleMania. So day of WrestleMania, what happens? I have a show in New York. Boom. Go to New York, and then I shoot the Wu-Tang series like a couple days after, so I have to stay there anyways. Boom. So WrestleMania falls in between the show and then a couple days shoot in Staten Island. So that's how it worked out. So I'm in the area. Still don't have a ticket. It's Sunday. It's WrestleMania. I still don't have a ticket. I show up. I show up to MetLife, wait in line. Still don't have a ticket. There's a line that was like they selling tickets for like a ridiculous price. So I wait in the line, letting everybody buy these crazy tickets. Long story short, I get my ticket for damn near nothing. And it is amazing seats, like crazy seats. It's indescribable. Like, you really can't explain it. Like, I was like almost crying. I was like breaking down, and when I got there, because I was like, how did this happen? Yeah. Like, this is
certain things are supernatural.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was because I believed it this whole time. And then I'm looking around. You got to visualize it too. Yeah. I visualized me looking around MetLife Stadium with 80,000 people. I visualized that in my bed. So I visualized it, and I'm literally living it. So you visualize it, you believe it, and then it'll come true. And you really got to live it. You can't just say it and be like, okay, so how am I actually going to do this? You just gotta do it, because it'll come. If it's meant to be, it'll come. So right there, boom. There's the cup right there to prove it. Get that cup. Get that cup.
That's dope.
I'll show it to the camera. Right here. It actually happened, y'all. And I didn't know how it would happen or
first WrestleMania, I assume.
First one.
That's dope that you got to get one.
So
on my bucket list for. With that being said, I'm going to SummerSlam this year. It's in Boston. I'm speaking it into existence right now. I'm gonna write it down. I'm going to SummerSlam. I'm doing it. I have to. I don't know when's the next time it's coming to Boston, but I have to come to SummerSlam.
It's done.
It's done. Hopefully, I see you there.
I'm gonna be there. That's a given.
Okay. That's perfect. Perfect. So, who are your favorite wrestlers?
Oh man, my favorite wrestler is Natalia.
Natalia, wow. I'm not going to lie to you. I think she's really dull on the microphone and personality-wise. But she's very polished. She's probably the most polished wrestler in that woman's locker room. She's very polished. And I think her value to the company goes beyond what we see on TV. She's a really good professional. But wow, I wasn't expecting that. You keep people on their toes, don't you?
That's my favorite wrestler, man. It's nothing. I actually, yeah, man. I just really enjoy her.
Why do you like her?
I just think, first of all, I think she's just dope. Yeah. Like her in ring, I think she's just amazing.
She likes cats too.
And she loves cats.
That's dope.
There's mad connections.
That's dope when you can form those connections.
There's the cats. There's her as a person, and then there's her in the ring. Yeah. So all those combined, boom. And then there's Flip Gordon, my man Flip Gordon. I don't know if you know him. He's in Ring of Honor. But I do his theme song. So I actually...
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So Flip Gordon.
Cool.
Theme song is made by me. It's on iTunes, Spotify,
now
everywhere.
I gotta look it up.
Flip Gordon. What's it called? Flip Forever. Download it. He's in Villain Enterprises right now. So he's a bad guy. He's with Marty Skrull and all that right now. But when he's a good guy, he has my theme music. I actually did 2 themes. Actually did 3. But 2 of his theme songs are on everywhere right now. All the platforms. So Flip Gordon, Natalia. And then besides that, maybe Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Oh, man. You know, this dude, Daniel Bryan, arguably, it's hard to pick, but he's arguably doing some of his best work, like, through 2019. The environmentalist stuff, the bad guy stuff, the stuff he bought out of Kofi. Ooh. I still think that's the best match and feud of 2019. Anyone could debate me. I don't care. That Kofi the layers to it, the realism, the representation that he stood for.
The flip of reversals.
Yeah.
Like Kofi was Daniel, and then Daniel was Kofi.
There was just so much to it that you could step back and appreciate and connect to. So, and speaking on that, just as a side note, do you see Kofi ever being champion ever again? I know the internet blew up that he got beat by Brock Lesnar in 10 seconds.
That was messed up.
It was. I'd like to think they're going to revisit him going back to the top. But it seems like they're ignoring it. He went straight to the tag team
right.
championship.
Yeah, that's bad.
What are your thoughts on that?
I feel Kofi. Oh man, I don't want to say it.
Nah, say what you feel, bro.
Well, listen. I'll say what I hope. I hope Kofi gets another run with the Universal title. One more. Just have him be. Just have him get one more shot. You know what I'm saying? I think he proved he can do it. I think the fans. That we're never gonna get a Kofi Mania moment again.
It was too organic. So
to cancel that, cancel that all that momentum. But as far as him and his work ethic and his work in the ring, I feel it can be done. But I feel the next up is Big E. I feel Big E.
I was going there. I
feel Big E. It's his time. So realistically, I feel like Kobe had his shot.
It was a great run.
Yeah, I feel like he had his shot. He did it. Boom, bucket list, Massachusetts boy, all day. But I feel like it's Big E's turn. I feel like he's that dude.
It's funny because as much as I like Kofi, I've always pictured Big E doing it first.
Right.
But since it hasn't happened, I was totally going there. I think he's next.
Yeah, he's next.
I think, I don't know when, but I can buy him because of his size. He got a lot of charisma that nobody pays attention to. I think Big E's really good.
I loved him since like 3 ain't enough, man. 95.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, that's a nice gimmick. I wish he would incorporate that, but still be New Day. I think that would take him to another level. Like you look very strong when you keep someone down for a 5 count. Like what way to put someone over? I just hope when he does it, it doesn't come at the expense of turning on each other. I think they could still all hold world titles, but never split. If WWE wants to be committed, it is tough because let's be honest, everything gets stale. Somewhat.
I feel Big E's run is a heel.
You think so?
I think when Big E happens, it's a heel.
Why? He's such a. I think he could be a great good guy.
But then again, of course,
because he's hilarious.
But then again, I also see New Day never breaking up.
That's how I feel. So I can't see it at this point. They sell too much merchandise. They're good ambassadors for the company, and they're better together than apart.
For sure.
They weren't doing much apart before, but I want to talk about them. I don't want to forget them. There's competition now. AEW.
Those are my niggas.
And I know I'm a WWE loyalist. Obviously, been watching it all my life. But I love the fact that there's another wrestling company to analyze and talk about and enjoy. What are your thoughts on AEW so far?
Love AEW. Love the whole organic rise of it. I love the Young Bucks. Love Kenny. Love the Elite. And Jericho is one of my favorites of all time, period. So when you add all that, when you add the creative freedom, when you add the rabid fan base, the loyalists, because they're just as loyal as you to WWE. The AEW fans are the people that's been watching Being the Elite since the first episode, been following us on New Japan, Ring of Honor, all these things. So they're just as loyal as any other WWE fan. And they want to stick it to WWE. They want to show that, hey, we're just as good, if not better. So I'm a big fan of AEW. I just went to the AEW show in Boston, one of the best wrestling shows I've been to. One of the best wrestling shows I've been to in a long time. And I just went to WrestleMania. I went to SmackDown and Worcester. I go to these shows. I like these shows. And AEW, I just like their presentation and I like their creative freedom. I love their matches could use some work. I feel like it's a lot of choreographed. I mean, it's all choreographed, but I feel like their moves, they need to be more polished.
I think sometimes they're a little excessive with the dives.
Yeah, the token suicinas,
like really excessive.
Put those down a lot.
It's like not even just from a presentation standpoint that could get a little redundant. But it's not good for the longevity of the wrestlers. You don't want to do top rope moves
not good for anything. I don't know one good thing that comes out of the tope.
You don't have to jump off something every time. It just makes it less special when we see
100%
because I caught myself really paying attention and I'm like, wow. Even the bigger guys now are doing topes, suicide dives. So it's like when a smaller athletic guy that uses his athleticism.
Yeah, it's supposed to be impactful, and meaningful.
Not every match. Yeah.
And the fans love it. Stop cheering for it. Stop cheering for the topes. Like, relax.
I think AEW's I think I love what they're doing. I agree with you 100%. I think as much as I'm loyal to the WWE, there's more room. The more the merrier. But at the same time, I think they're in a honeymoon phase. You know, they're beating NXT in the ratings every week so far. They could do no wrong to a certain segment of fans. If you hear their audiences, I think one of the things that makes them special is because their audience reacts to everything. That really could make or break a wrestling show sometimes. But I think they're in the honeymoon phase where the audience cheers everything. Like, Jericho's the #1 heel, and everything he says is getting cheered. But I don't blame people because I love me some Jericho too. I think his ability to reinvent himself in so many different ways and so many different faces is just amazing. Like, and think about this. Jericho's never had really a major injury ever. If you really think about it, that's insane. Over 20 plus years, and the guy's just really durable and really reliable. I just fear that there's not enough marquee to them. Like, WWE could have their Goldberg versus Brock, their Rock versus Austin, their Cena versus Rock. But what's that big marquee for them? What big matches can they throw together to keep us coming back 6 months to a year from now? That's my fear.
They'll get it. I don't know what it is yet, but they'll get it.
Who's out there, though, to get it?
Somebody. Somebody we don't know. Somebody we won't expect, but it'll happen. And as of right now, they're giving us the matches we want. We want the Omega Moxley. We want that, and we got it. We got it crazy. We got the hardcore match. We got it. We wanted Cody Jericho. We got it. So they're giving us the matches we want until they might need to get that con money and get the marquee and get CNN and everybody, Fox, everybody talking about AEW. Get everybody. They need that one thing that get everybody's eyes on it. Because right now they're doing it organically, which they should do it. They should create the stars. They should make the marquees. And then once they have that one little outsider, the one that'll make the buzz. That's all it'll take. Because right now they're making the stars, which they have to do.
So let's go back to basketball. Very still early in the season. I saw that you got some affiliation with the Celtics. You're going to have something cooked up related to them. Do you want to dish on that? Drop the little clues on that?
So the Celtics were very kind to open their doors and lend me the floor for a Killer Thursday. And we have more stuff in the works I can't really talk about. But the Celtics, Massachusetts own, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a known Celtics fan. But now it's nothing but respect, and thankfully they have one of my homies, Kemba Walker, that made me lighten up a little bit to the Celtics. But now it's nothing but respect and love for the Celtics because they show me a lot of love. And stay tuned. We got more stuff in the works. But until then, watch me on Killer Thursday. I got the whole court to myself. You'll never see that.
Beautiful.
You'll never see another person with the whole Celtics floor to themselves. Try to find it. I dare you.
So, do you think the Celtics are truly contenders this year? Championship contenders?
Yes.
Wow.
As far as the East goes.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I guess I should say, I agree with that, but I guess I should say, let's say Celtics versus Clippers, Celtics versus Lakers, Celtics versus Rockets. Those are the possibilities. Do you think they could have a chance to beat any of those?
They could beat the Rockets.
You think so?
They could beat the Rockets.
That would be. I think all of those would be an interesting series.
They could beat the Rockets.
I don't want to crap all over the Celtics in the Boston area, but I can't help but feel that in the last 2 to 3 years, and I fear that they're going to do that again, that they show us these overachieving moments in the regular season, but they can't seem to overachieve because they have a lot of talent. I love Tatum. I love Brown. I love Kemba. Proven all-star. He could dance. But I think their system is too share-heavy in the playoffs when it slows down and you need a star to, manufacture some points down the stretch. So I just wonder if they're becoming a regular season team. But I do think they're slightly better without Kyrie. I will say that.
Man. Their best playoff run since the championship was without any star players.
That's true.
When Kyrie was hurt, right? That was when Kyrie was hurt, when Rozier was popping off, when everybody's working together. Just imagine if Jaylen Brown reaches his potential. Tatum reaches his potential. Kemba is Kemba. And Gordon is healthy. Like, these dudes are dudes. And Marcus Smart is guarding bigs now. So Marcus Smart is like anchoring.
Dude, man.
He's anchoring.
He's fearless.
So he got the anchor, we got the star, and we got the dudes who just need to reach that potential and can go off of 40 at any given minute. That's a playoff team. I don't think that's a regular season team. I think that's a playoff team. If hitting on all cylinders.
Respect. I respect that. So, what are your finals prediction? Obviously, they're subject to change. A lot of things happen, but right here, right now, what are you feeling?
So with me,
West and East.
With me, I'm not a prediction guy, even with wrestling. I can predict all day. I can go down the card and be 100%. I don't want to do that. I go for who I want. I go for Natalya all the time.
Okay.
Knowing she's not gonna win. I don't care. I'm going for who I want.
Yeah.
Straight up, like Rey Mysterio and Brock. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win that one. Come on, God. We can predict all the time. It's a who I want and who I'm rooting for.
So who you want? What's your ideal finals matchup?
I'm going for the Clippers. I want the Clippers. I want the Clippers and the Celtics. Why not?
That's a respectable series.
That's a fun one because I don't like the Sixers.
Okay.
I don't like.
I'm not gonna lie. They're my pick.
That's fine. They're a good team. I just don't like them. I hate the process.
I'm worried about their depth a little bit, and I'm worried that they need maybe one more or two more shooters.
Oh, they need shooters.
Yeah, they don't have enough shooters. Maybe at least one more, and I feel comfortable saying they'll go to the finals.
So you think Simmons, Embiid, and Horford is enough?
I think talent-wise and defense, they're enough to get out the East.
Celtics.
I don't know, man.
If we're talking
because
Simmons,
the Sixers
Horford,
got the size and the defense on their roster, but
Celtics.
I'm worried about their shooting and offense. But I would like to see the Clippers and Sixers.
I like the Clippers.
The Clippers and
I like Paul George a lot, and Kawhi are my respect.
And fun fact, I'm a Spurs fan, so Kawhi burnt me, and I still want to see his team succeed because I think it will just be really good for the NBA. It's good, just a great story. Clippers never reached that level of success.
Right. And just Kawhi, his legacy is ridiculous. If he does this.
Yeah. You bought a championship to a dead-ass Clippers. They
back to back.
Their most prestigious.
East and West.
Their most prestigious points was when CP and Blake Griffin was there.
Getting knocked out.
That's just not saying much, you know? So that would be big if he did that.
And I love Paul George.
Yeah. Great player.
And I like the Lakers a lot. I just don't like anybody on that roster.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
On that damn roster.
I know they're going to be a good team, playoff team, but I don't see championship. I think everybody on there.
They can make it. They can make
it. They can?
Yeah, they can make it.
Because of LeBron and AD, but the role players, I think they have role players that have a lot of inconsistencies. That's where I'm shaking.
Playoff time? Who you gonna need? You gonna need LeBron and AD.
Of course.
Playoff time.
I'm not ruling them out. Yeah.
Just go AD, LeBron. They'll carry you. And if they make it there, they can win.
But it's